This morning on DC News Now, we are tracking continued dry conditions today and through much of the rest of the work week. We're tracking a few clouds out there this morning, some haze, as well as a little bit of that fog. All these details will get towards our at 7 day coming up. Also coming up this morning, a late night incident near the White House. What we know from Secret Service officials after a U-Haul truck crashed into a nearby barrier.
Plus, what to do if you're in debt. We're stretching your dollar this morning with a few options for debt relief.
And veterans supporting veterans. How one group in Hagerstown is helping former service members find a community this Memorial Day.
The station covering all of the DMV. This is DC News Now.
All right, it's 7 o'clock on this Tuesday morning. Good morning to you. Thanks for joining us. I'm Corey James.
Good morning. I'm Tanaya Wright. We're going to start you off with a live look outside on this Tuesday morning. Jackie, it's going to be a nice day. Yeah, we're going to be seeing a mix of sun and clouds out there later on this afternoon. Out there right now, still dealing with a little bit of that haze associated with some of that smoke in the upper atmosphere from the Canadian wildfires. We also have some fog, and that's reducing visibility. We're down to about 7 miles in D.C., 5 in Frederick, 7 over towards Culpeper. So varying visibility from one town to the next, so just keep that in mind. Be aware of that as you're heading on that Tuesday morning commute. A few clouds are strolling on by. Aside from that, we should be seeing some partly cloudy conditions through today. As we look at those current temperatures, we're 40s and 50s for much of the area, but we're still holding on to 60 in Hagerstown as well as DC, and even to low 60s for Lexington Park, some of the warmer spots on the map at this hour. Time out the rest of your day today. We're looking at low 70s by noon, mid to upper 70s developing later on today under a mix of sun and clouds, and really overall pleasant day across the region for your Tuesday afternoon. I'll have more details with that 7 day in just a couple minutes, but I do want to toss it over to Shanika. The all important look at the roadways. How's traffic developing at this hour?
Well, traffic is looking the same, Jackie, out of northern Virginia. So I'm showing you Stafford County right now, 95 heading northbound. Just past Courthouse Road, you will find crash activity. You can see those flashing lights there to the left, so do watch for that. Other than that, let's flip over to the maps. Past this point, you're seeing a lot of red and yellow there, but further up through Lorton, through Springfield, Woodbridge, it's looking pretty good. 66 heading east, though, you will be heavy on your brakes right near 234. The Mixing Bowl, 395 heading northbound, and the list goes on. Heading toward the district, everything is A-OK, especially the southeast-southwest freeway. I mean, check that out. That's normally very slow. Quickly, DC 295, very heavy on the top side through Silver Spring. Do watch for those delays there, guys.
Thank you, Shanika. Your time right now is 7:02 on a Tuesday.
Yeah, taking a quick look at your headlines this morning. Police are investigating after a U-Haul truck crashed into a White House barricade at Lafayette Square in Northwest. Officials say it happened around 10 o'clock last night on 16th Street. Video of the incident shows what appears to be a Nazi flag at the scene.
We sat down with Maryland Congressman Jamie Raskin to discuss his future plans following his successful battle against cancer. He tells us that running for the open Senate seat is not out of the question. He says he has a clean bill of health, but he does enjoy his current position in the House.
And Metro is asking for your input on what the next generation rail cars should look like. You can give your feedback at the Gallery Place Chinatown station until the end of the month. Metro says the new rail cars could hit the tracks by 2026.
And Secret Service continues its investigation into what caused a U-Haul truck to crash into barriers at Lafayette Square, which is right near the White House. It happened at about 10 o'clock last night. Our Tosin Fakile is live in that area this morning. So Tosin, what do we know?
Yeah, good morning, Tanaya. A preliminary investigation shows that the driver of that U-Haul box truck may have intentionally crashed into the security barriers here at Lafayette Square. That's according to a spokesperson for Secret Service. But more than 7 hours later, it's a much more quiet scene out here. But what you can still see is some of that crime scene tape hanging on some of that barrier here right in front of the White House, which is straight back that way. Now, many law enforcement officials were on the scene for several hours. Secret Service says the driver of a U-Haul box truck crashed into security barriers on the north side of Lafayette Square at 16th Street. DC News Now was on the scene shortly after it happened, and you could see law enforcement combing through the box truck inside and around it. They also had a bomb technician on the scene. Now, some who were close by as it all unfolded were surprised to see the large police presence and how quickly things were shut down around Lafayette Square.
It's just interesting to see because it's the sort of thing, like, because of the area, it could be either, you know, just a complete accident, like a freak accident, or like something potentially intentionally bad.
Now, a spokesperson for the Secret Service says no one was injured during the incident. Roads and walkways were closed while the investigation was happening. Secret Service says the box truck is safe. The driver of that truck was detained last night, according to the Secret Service. And officials with Secret Service also say the U.S. Park Police will file charges with investigative support from the Secret Service. And of course, the story is still developing as to why this driver did this. That's still something that they're looking into. Once we get more information, we'll bring that to you. But for now, we're live at Lafayette Square. I'm Tosin Fakile for DC News Now. Back to you.
All right, thank you, Tosin. Also in the district, 4 people are in the hospital after a multi-vehicle crash. Now, this happened yesterday on New York Avenue Northeast, right between South Dakota Avenue and Bladensburg Road. DC Fire and EMS say that 3 people, including a 9-year-old child, were seriously injured. They are still recovering this morning. A 4th person was also hurt. That person is expected to be okay.
And developing now in Northeast D.C., a student is recovering this morning after being shot outside of KIPP D.C. College Prep School. This happened yesterday afternoon. Take a look at this picture here. It shows the vehicle from D.C. police that they're looking for in connection to that shooting. Now, police say the student shot is expected to recover. The school went on lockdown yesterday afternoon before 2 after the student was found outside suffering from gunshot wounds. In an email to families, school officials say they are closed today and will reopen tomorrow. Mental health services will also be on site tomorrow, along with additional police.
A Maryland state trooper involved in a crash on I-495 in Silver Springs still in the hospital this morning. State police say Anthony Bowser rear-ended that trooper just after 4:30 yesterday morning.
The trooper was taken to a trauma center in Baltimore. Now, officials say the trooper was sitting in his car with emergency lights on when the crash happened. Investigators believe Bowser may have been speeding and under the influence at the time of the crash. Bowser's receiving care at Bethesda Suburban Hospital. The Maryland Transportation Department reporting 46 deaths in work zone crashes between 2017 and 2021, and more than 3,000 people they say were injured. Maryland State Police are encouraging you to use extra caution when driving through work zones.
The reason the orange cones are out and the troopers' emergency lights are activated, and the reason those big flashing arrows are out there are to warn motorists that there's a work zone ahead, that there are people on the side of the road working to make our lives as motorists better.
State police say they are still investigating. It is not known if charges will be filed. The name of the state trooper has not been released. And Maryland Congressman Jamie Raskin says he is starting to rebound from cancer treatment for lymphoma.
Meantime, he says he's also considering a Senate run to succeed longtime Maryland Senator Ben Cardin. He says he could be giving up a lot of power in the House if he does decide to run for Senate.
I was just elected by the House caucus to be the lead Democrat on the Oversight Committee. So I'm the ranking member there. If we win the House back, I would be the chair of the Oversight Committee. On the other hand, I'm getting tremendous encouragement from a lot of people across the state to check out the Senate race.
Raskin says doctors have told him he could manage a run for Senate.
They think that I can do it. And I mean, I've got to run for the House too, and they think I'm up for a campaign. They just said, make sure you give yourself enough time recovering from the chemo, which is a brutal regimen, before you really get started.
Raskin says he plans on making the decision to run for Senate sometime next month.
All right, the clock is ticking away for Congress and the president to negotiate a deal on raising the nation's debt ceiling before the deadline. Experts say if a deal is not reached in 10 days, the U.S. economy could suffer. Now, House Speaker Kevin McCarthy says he had a productive conversation with President Biden at the White House yesterday. However, he says they have not reached an agreement yet.
We both agreed default's not really on the table.
But I think we both agree that we need to change the trajectory, that our debt is too large. And I think at the end of the day, we could find common ground.
President Biden is warning millions of jobs could be at risk if the debt limit is not raised. The Treasury Department says the U.S. could hit that ceiling as early as June 1st. All right, time right now is 7:08. As the debt ceiling drama continues to unfold, everyday Americans are facing a debt dilemma of their own.
Our consumer reporter Ben Dennis is looking into options for you to help you stretch your dollar.
While Congress is working to avoid economic catastrophe, consumers have headaches of their own. Soaring credit card debt. Well, that's why we're profiling several ways to avoid personal default. Some avenues here, from paying down debt or debt consolidation. 30% of U.S. consumers have debt between $1,001 and $5,000. That's according to a new survey from Go Banking Rates. And consumer advocates offer ways to pay cards off, starting with a budget. More in a moment. But consumers may look to consolidate their debt, and possibly with a lower interest rate. NerdWallet offers consolidation loans with what they say is the best rates this month. Among them, Upgrade for loans between $1,000 and $5,000, 560 minimum credit score there. Plus Happy Money, loans between $5,000 and $40,000, 640 is your minimum credit score for that. And for fast funding, well, there's Discover Personal Loans, minimum credit score of 660. And back to paying off debt, well, here's how to possibly tackle this.
One is the avalanche method, which is look at your highest rate of interest on your credit cards that you're paying right now and attack one of those credit cards and get that paid down, but still make minimum payments on your other cards. Or some people like the snowball effect, which is they take a look at all of their debt, their credit cards, and they go with the one that has the smallest balance. They pay that off, and then they go on to the next card.
And on those consolidation loans, well, NerdWallet says look for low interest rates, flexible repayment terms, and consumer-friendly features such as direct payment to creditors. Ben Dennis, DC News Now.